Hi guys, so this is going to be a quick, maybe, video. I just want to talk about this. So, I'm actually I have to get ready right now. So what I decided I was going to do is just film me while I'm doing my hair. And you've seen me do what I'm doing before in another Get Ready With Me. Using the same products and straightening my hair, but this is the time I had to film, and I know a lot of people want to know how it happened, so I will tell you. I just used Living Proof Perfect Hair Day 5-in-1 styling cream, and I also used my Redken Anti-Snap leave-in treatment for distressed hair into my palm. My hair is almost dry. I'm going to be using my Remington Wet to Style straightener. And I'm just putting this throughout most of just like the bottom half of my hair, like the ponytail part, not really above that. And then I'm spraying my heat protectant. And then I'm going to spray in the Frizz Ease by John Frieda 3-day straight flat iron spray. I try to straighten my hair like on Sundays because I work in the office on Mondays and Tuesdays. So like it's a Sunday right now. So I try to have cute hair Monday and Tuesday, and then the rest of the week I usually wear my hair curly since that's the natural state. Okay, now I'm going to section it off and start talking about the proposal. Okay, so sorry I have to do this video this way, but so basically we were already planning on going on a hike, which we do, I think we just talked about it. We did it 4 out of the last 5 weekends. You know, we did a nice hike. I live in Phoenix, so it's beautiful outside right now. It's like 70s and 80s in February, I know. So all week, you know, we had been kind of on baby watch. My sister's due date was February 8th with my baby nephew. He was born on February 10th, but all the previous week, we knew like there could be a baby any day. We didn't want to make too many plans for Valentine's Day, and my sister lives like 2 hours away, and so I didn't want to be, you know, unavailable to her if I needed to go down, and I wanted to be in the delivery room with her. So anyway, so we didn't want to make any major plans, but we definitely needed to, you know, make some Valentine's Day plans after all. So we ended up just deciding, okay, we'll go on a hike because we've been going on a hike every weekend anyway, and we'll make it a picnic. So the baby was born on Tuesday, February 10th. And then I was down in Tucson the 10th, the 11th, and the 12th. And then I came home. No. Yeah, 10th, 11th, and 12th. And then did I come home Wednesday? Yeah, 10th and 11th, sorry. So then we went on a hike. We packed up a cute picnic. We actually made a Blue Apron meal. Which if you haven't seen my Blue Apron unboxing or my Blue Apron cooking video, I will put those in the bottom bar. If I forget, just let me know or check my channel. Life is crazy right now. So I have a new baby nephew. Anyway, so that morning I woke up. It was a Saturday morning in my bed, and Ben was gone. He was not in the bed anymore, and we lived together. And then I was getting dressed because I already knew we were going on a hike. So, you know, I put on my, you know, sports bra and my, like, nice running shorts, you know, and I was ready to go on our hike. And Ben comes up and he's like, "Oh, you're awake." And I was like, "What?" And he's like, "I made you breakfast for breakfast in bed." So that's how our day started. He made me some scrambled eggs, and he made me some, like, breakfast potatoes, and he cut up a lemon because I love to eat lemons plain, and he wedged it up, and he brought me some water to put my lemon in, and I was just like, "Oh, you made me breakfast in bed, that's so cute." You know, he's not really a cook, but he's been learning with me over the last 2 years. Anyway, so we got all dressed, we made our Blue Apron lunch, we packed it all up in a basket, got the dog ready, put on some sunblock, and headed to the mountain. And then we hiked a trail at South Mountain, if you're familiar. And we've hiked that trail many times, so I knew there was a really good place to have a picnic. So we hiked about 45 minutes or so and to get to this place with a flat rock. And we were there, we ate our lunch, you know, we gave the dog some water, everybody's good. And then I noticed with the picnic basket, like, above the basket, but there's like a handle, you know, that you hold in the basket. There's like a hole, you know, the handle's up here and the basket's down here. There's a hole. So in that we had the blanket for that we were going to sit on at the picnic, you know, folded in there. I also saw that he had our cards, and so I didn't realize, because my card said, you know, said baby or something like that on the envelope, and I had it on the kitchen table, and so he knew that that was the card for him and that I was going to give it to him. And so he I guess brought that with us. I was like, oh, I didn't know we were doing our gifts, you know, here. That's fine. Okay, cool. So I just gave him my card, and earlier we had already bought each other Valentine's Day gifts. He bought me basically this. Not all of these. I already owned some of them, but this is my MAC cheek palette. And you'll see I already owned some of these, obviously. But yeah, he bought me like anyway, powders. Nobody cares. Okay. So he bought me a bunch of stuff from MAC, and I bought him some pairs of pants at Macy's. He needed pants, you know, so I bought him a pair of jeans, a khakis, and a pair of black pants. Nice pants. Anyway, so I was like, oh, we're doing our cards here too. Okay, because he brought mine and he brought his. And so I gave him mine, and he's like, oh, that's nice, you know. And it's a card that had like a penny, a dog that looked like our dog. And I wrote in it, you know, a nice note. Can't wait for the next chapter of our lives, you know, cute stuff. And how happy I am, and how I love our little life routines that we do every day, and how we wake up together, we go walk the dog, you know, we make breakfast. It's like nice. And then I signed it from Penny, like, to Daddy, you know, and I wrote like backwards letters and like made it really funny. I love you, Daddy, you know, whatever, from Penny on the card. And then I got his card, and it was like this. Now I call him Baby, and then he always says baby, baby. And so he wrote my card. I wrote baby, baby on my card, and he wrote baby, baby, baby. Added a third baby. It's just something we do. Anyway, so I'm opening the card, and he's in front of me. It's folded wrong. Okay. So he's in front of me, and I'm standing and he's standing. After he opened my card, you know, I stood up and I hugged him. And then, since, you know, I wasn't prepared, like I didn't bring anything romantic. By the way, the night before I made him a chocolate trifle, and I posted a picture of that on my Facebook. It was really good. Like chocolate chips, peanut butter, brownies, whipped cream. It was so good. Okay. So, you know, he was kind of acting weird. And let me just tell you that I kind of had an idea this was going to happen. And here's why. We've talked about it for a long time. And also, during that week, the prior Monday, so the baby was due on Sunday, but was born on Tuesday. On Monday, he texted me when I was at work, he's like, hey, we should do dinner with your dad and your stepmom soon. And I was like, okay. Like, I mean, sure. I see my dad every week because we do lunch. The days that I'm in the office, I'm close to his house, so he comes to see me at lunch. And he'll, anyway, so I see my dad all the time, but I realized it had been a long time since my dad had seen Ben, or Ben had seen my dad. And so he asked me that, like, we should see your dad and Paula soon, and I'm like, that's strange. Like, that's really weird behavior. But I played along. I was like, okay. I had a feeling he was wanting to ask my dad for his hand. You know what I mean? So I called my dad, and I was like, hey, can you guys do dinner tonight? And he's like, all right, let me ask. And then he said, sure, we'll meet you for dinner. So we went to a restaurant, and I made sure to leave to go to the bathroom a couple times because I really wanted him to have a chance to be alone with my dad and ask him. And so I went to the bathroom 2 times during a dinner, but we were there a while. And nothing ever became of it, you know. And then several days later, you know, the baby was born. I went to Tucson and was there for a couple days and, you know, worked her work week. Friday night I made him a trifle. Saturday morning, you know, we got breakfast in bed, and I was like, oh, that's so sweet. He also got me a Valentine's Day wreath for our door because I had mentioned that our neighbor's wreath on their door was a heart, and it was so cute, and I wanted one. And he, like, went and bought it on Amazon, and it was, when I came back from Tucson, there was a heart wreath on the door. And I was like, oh, that's so sweet. So I kind of figured that could have been it for Valentine's Day. Like, he bought me that stuff at MAC. He got me the heart thing. I wasn't really sure that it was going to be that day, but I kind of knew. Does that make sense? Anyway, so since he had asked to hang out with my dad, I was suspicious, to say the least. And he had gotten a package from FedEx, and he had a sign for it. And I was like, you know? So anyway, so we're on our hike. He opens my card, and then it's my turn to open his card, and I have this envelope, and it says baby, 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 and it's like a hot pink poster board, and it's several layers thick, and I have to unfold it step by step. So the first page, and Ben always makes me his cards, which I think is super sweet. And he hates going to the store, so for him to go and buy a poster board was crazy. So it says, page 1, Happy Valentine's Day, and he tells me to flip it this way, so I open it. Page 2, I couldn't ask for a more perfect day than one spent with you. And then you go to the next page. My burdens are lightened. That's page 3. And then it says unfold. And then you go up to page 4, and my joys are amplified. So my burdens are lightened and my joys are amplified. And then completely unfold it. And then page 5 says, every day is a treasure. Page 6, and I can't wait to see what the future will bring. And then you go here. I can only think of one way to make it better. You go over here. Page 8 says, so I have a question for you. And then he kneeled. He knelt? Yeah, it was so cute. And he said my full name and then asked me if I'd marry him. And he opened the box. And it was beautiful. I'm going to try to insert some pictures of our little hike and our cute... I mean, I had a couple who was like walking by take our picture because we were in a secluded area at the hike, but so there was nobody around like right when it happened. We were totally alone in the middle of like the desert, but we purposely chose that spot so it was like quiet and secluded and we weren't going to be interrupted by people walking by and the dog barking at people or whatever. So anyway, so I'll post pictures of the ring and everything, but I love it. Obviously I said yes. And I had to take pictures right away and sent it to, you know, my people, my close people. And I didn't get service in the middle of nowhere. So I was like, dang it. So I waited, and I kept saying on my text messages, I like tried to send it to my mom. It said pending, or like pending, like the text wouldn't go through because I didn't get service. And I was so bummed. I wanted to tell people. And I also wanted to post it on Facebook, but I wanted it to be like a unique announcement. And I knew we needed to tell like his mother and people before we just went and put it online. I didn't want to just have them find out through the internet. You know, that's not how I wanted this to go down, which is why I insisted he asked my dad for my hand for his blessing and us getting married. So later, you know, of course I asked Ben about the ring, and he got it at Shane Company, which is a jeweler here in Scottsdale, and they shipped it to him. He had to sign for it, you know, it was insured, of course, and he picked out all the options how I wanted. I told him I wanted white gold. I told him I wanted a very simplistic ring so that I could pick out, you know, more of a decorative band if we wanted to. And that, you know, the most important thing for the ring, obviously, besides that it's from him and all that good stuff, is that I wanted it to be a thinner band. I didn't want anything crazy, so that when I add another band to it, my hand doesn't look, you know, full of ring. I wanted it to still look dainty and cute, you know, but the rock itself, well, I wanted to be, I mean, come on, I'm a woman. I wanted it to be nice. So anyway, he already had kind of known what I wanted, but he was pretty much on his own as far as picking it, and he'd never done anything like that, but he did a lot of research. And I found out later that my dad told him, like when Ben said, you know, he asked for my dad's blessing at the dinner when I was in the bathroom, my dad said, yeah, she suspected that. I was like, Dad, you shouldn't have said that. But anyway, it was very sweet, and I know I kind of knew it was coming. I didn't know like it was going to happen at that moment, but I knew it was going to happen soon because we had been talking about, now here we are in February, all along our goal was, or our thoughts were to have the wedding this fall, the same year. So I'm like, the longer we wait to propose, dude, like the shorter amount of time we're going to have to plan a wedding, the less realistic a 2015 wedding becomes. But I'm old-fashioned, and I really wanted him to ask me, and he was too. You know, he really wanted it to be like a memorable moment. And later we were talking about it, and he said, you know, if the moment wasn't right, I wouldn't have asked you then. Like if it had been a crowded place, if it had been too noisy, or, you know, whatever, he would have just walked the hike back with the ring in his pocket and not asked me that day. And he said, you know, he had it, you know, a few days, and he kind of was waiting, and then he decided to do it on Valentine's Day. And he said he would have done it sooner, but he hadn't seen my dad in like a month and he wanted to ask him. So now we talked about it. I need to make sure my fiance, the first time I've said that, has my dad's phone number. So if he ever contacts them again, then there's the doorbell. So I guess I have to cut this short, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm so excited. We definitely want to do an October or November wedding. I want it to be mostly outdoors. I want to have, you know, kind of a beautiful surroundings, and the weather should be perfect. In October it should be like 70s or 80s, and I'm really excited to see what the future will bring. We definitely want kids. He's agreed to 2. I want 3. We'll see how that happens. But I just watched my sister go through the birthing process, and she's had a hard week, you know, not sleeping very much and being on a lot of drugs and all that good stuff. So the pain and all that, I'm kind of learning that maybe 8 kids is not the most realistic thing. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know how your fiancés or husbands proposed. And I had better get going because our guests are here and my hair is still not done. Thanks for watching, and okay, I'm finishing up, but I did want to ask you guys, how do you feel about me doing like a different channel for wedding videos, or do you mind if I put them all here? How do you feel about that? Like if I want to do vlogs about wedding planning or trying on dresses or decisions we've made for the wedding and stuff, do you care if I put them on my beauty channel? Keep in mind that I record a video and I post a video every single day. So you're still going to get, if I do 7 videos a day, 7 videos a week, you know, you're still going to get 4 of them makeup related. But if I choose to make a few, you know, cooking or house stuff, or, you know, talk about planning a wedding, would you mind? You know, like for example, when we decide to have kids in a year or 2, like would you care if I did that all on this channel, or would you rather I split them off into a second channel? Let me know. I'm really curious to see what you guys feel. I feel like if you don't want to watch that stuff and that video comes up in your feed, you'll just skip it. But I don't want to lose subscribers because I post too much about marriage or babies or planning a wedding. Okay, I better go. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll talk to you later.